Welcome to the Storm Master Nate live on YouTube, the Storm Master Weather team. We have Kate on the side here. We are talking all winter tonight. That's why I got the blue one. The blue is showing winter weather. So maybe next time we talk about severe weather, maybe I'll get the Storm Master Nate shirt on. But anyways, here's a couple of things we're going to be talking about this evening as we go into this YouTube Live. First thing we're going to be talking about is the winter weather outlook. We have a winter weather outlook from the Weather Prediction Center. The NOAA National Weather Service is we're going to be looking into this, and we're going to kind of break it down on what we think we're going to see. Hello, Jessica Moore. Welcome. Hello, the late shift. Thank you, no problem. We're also going to be talking about this upcoming winter storm. So it's winter themed tonight. If you guys haven't went on to the Facebook, I have a Facebook. It's, first of all, Nathan Bell on the Facebook. But if you want to see the actual weather page, it is Storm Master Weather. Storm Master Weather. We got over 1,000 members on there, and we're slowly integrating YouTube. So thank you for joining. Let's get on in. All right, let's get to the Climate Prediction Center. I kind of got things kind of configured this evening in a way that everybody is going to understand what we're looking at. So when we're talking winter, we really want to see, if you want snow, you want two things on these outlooks. You want above average precipitation and below average temperatures. We're not seeing that, and I'm going to show what I mean by that. Kate, didn't we have a different another Climate Prediction Center outlook, or is the one on the Climate Prediction Center website the one that we're getting?
I believe the one that's on the Climate Prediction Center is the one that they put out today.
Okay, thank you very much. Hello, Tree of Life. If you guys haven't done it yet, go to Tree of Life. You will get some great meditation videos and some calm ambient noises. Sorry, not the best at that. But let's get right on into this. Oh, sorry about that. Bam. All right. So here we go. We're going to start off with the temperature outlook, the seasonal temperature outlook. And what you want to see is the green. The green. Hello, Mama Storm. Welcome to the YouTube Live. This is the most people I've ever seen on here. This is awesome. This is awesome. All right, seasonal temperature outlook. We see nothing, and from what you're seeing, Kate, and what I'm seeing, I'm not seeing anything below normal temperatures at all. I see
any of it. Nope.
No, I see equal chances and above normal temperature. So let me explain what this means. Let me go to the legend here. So when you're going through this legend, it depends on what color you're seeing. When you're seeing this orange color that we are going to be talking about in a minute, that is the 50 to 60% chance of above normal temperatures this winter. Now, this is early to midwinter outlook. Early to midwinter outlook. This is not late winter outlook. This is early to midwinter outlook. 40 to 50, a little less confident, about 50-50, and then 33 to 40%. Once you get to this 50 to 60% area, you're more than likely going to have above normal temperatures in some sense this winter. Now, that does not mean you won't get cold shots. That does not mean you won't get snow. It's just on average, we will see above average temperatures. And anomalies is an interesting thing to talk about, temperature anomalies. So, in the orange, for the following areas, when I tell you guys, is where we're talking about much more above average temperatures in the likely category. Arizona, New Mexico, and Southwest Texas. Southwest Texas. That is south of Lubbock. That is south of Amarillo. But it really doesn't matter location-wise. It's just a generality. It's just a generality of that. So there we go here. And then in this more orange category, from about Central California into most of Nevada, into Utah, most of Colorado, looks like northern parts of New Mexico, most of Texas, southern parts of Oklahoma, most of Louisiana, southern Alabama, southern Mississippi, extreme southern. We're talking more Biloxi, Mississippi, or Mobile, Alabama, the entire state of Florida, along the coastlines, basically along the eastern seaboard, pretty much above average temperatures. And then we have this slightly above, and sometimes you can get more below average temperatures in that 33 to 40% chance. That's a less than 50% chance. And that is from the West Coast into the mountain states, the northern mountain states, into south of Kansas City, into Birmingham, into Tupelo, Mississippi, in through most of South Carolina, half of North Carolina, into Virginia, all the way up into the Northeast above average temperatures. Do you agree with the placement of the above normal temperatures?
I am honestly not entirely sure. It depends on what this jet stream wants to do this winter, because especially in this sort of climate that we're seeing more and more often, it can really be a wild card for us.
Yes. What she's talking about is in recent winters, we've had an amplified jet stream, meaning digging way far south, producing extremely cold air. Now, even with that cold air, you could still get above average winters. Why? Because a lot of these cold shots sometimes only last 1 to 2 days long. This last cold shot was about 3 to 4 days long. We're in about day 4 of the cooler weather, but we're about to warm things up. This equal chance, I really think with the temperatures, I do think part of this is going to get some type of bluish color. All of the Ohio Valley, most of the state of Tennessee, into the upper Midwest and northern plains, into the northern plains, the Pacific Northwest all have the equal chance of above or below normal, which is very interesting, Kate, might I add.
Absolutely. And I mean, for the short range forecast discussion, we're looking at above normal warmth in the central U.S. Throughout the weekend. We're also looking at a lot more critical fire weather issues that are going to be through Montana and Wyoming, just very dry, low humidity, higher winds, things like this. So I know that in the short term, we are going to be seeing a warming of these areas, but I'm not entirely sure whether or not these are going to last as long as we think they are.
I am anticipating a cold front next week. Next week, I'm anticipating a cold front to arrive. With that cold front, that is going to add in the colder weather. The colder weather will come back. I don't think it will be as chilly, though, this time around. I think we'll see more seasonal.
Around the western U.S., like the southeast areas, definitely seeing a colder snap after this weekend. But I think this weekend might be summer's last hurrah.
Yeah, it feels more spring than summer, and it will have that feel this weekend. You probably won't think as much summer because the humidity will be very low.
Right. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yes, still seeing the dew points between 40s and 30s throughout the weekend. It's not until we get that actual cold front is when we start seeing those dew points dip up tick into the 50s. Here is your seasonal precipitation outlook. And this one's more interesting than I thought. I really would have thought the National Weather Service or the Climate Prediction Center would have put in another above average area in the Great Lakes for above normal precipitation because normally in a La Nina year, the Ohio Valley down into potentially into Kentucky, you get above normal precipitation. Now, that does not mean it's all snow. That means rain, any precipitation type, pretty much. But we see this a below normal precipitation area down here, down in the south. And it's fairly interesting. This will worsen the drought. If we see this, this will worsen the drought conditions across the state of Texas and Oklahoma. And I'm going to show you that drought monitor in a minute because that is a very big concern.
And in the more recent future, we are looking at above average precipitation, especially in New England, where they have been seeing so much rain recently. I mean, they've been inundated with these systems. But also the Midwest, we're looking at above average all throughout the Midwest, to be honest with you, all the way down into Texas. I almost said Florida. I'm going to say like the central, like West Virginia, Eastern Kentucky, the Appalachian area, we're looking at around near normal temperatures and things like that. And I'm looking at the wrong map. My apologies.
Yes, this is the seasonal precipitation outlook. I was just about to say.
Yeah, we're looking at above, literally the opposite of what I just said. We're looking at above precipitation normals in the southern Appalachian Mountains along the mid-Atlantic. We're looking at some rain coming in
Interesting.
very recently. Of course, you know, the Pacific Northwest when it's always raining.
Yeah, that's why you get the above average. It's not always because of snow, but the above average is showing a snow area. Note this, it has snowed in Seattle before. And I do see potential with this winter storm potentially. We could get snow that gets close to Seattle. I don't think it will quite get there, and I'll explain that in a moment.
It's always very beautiful when it snows up there.
Correct. What did I just do? Alrighty. I didn't know what I just did there.
Yeah, our biggest snow threat right now is going to be in that Montana area, but we'll get into that
in a moment. Equal chances of above or below normal precipitation throughout the central U.S., throughout pretty much if you're north of, let's say, Los Angeles, chances are pretty good for that equal chance of above or below normal precipitation. It goes all the way up into like Portland and Eugene, Oregon areas. When we start talking about the equal chances, this goes into the Northeast, Midwest, Northern Mid-Atlantic, Upper Midwest, and the Heartland. In the Heartland and the Mountain States. The below normal area is more southern U.S., so south central U.S., southeastern U.S., and southwest U.S. So there we go on that. I don't have 100% confidence that this is going to verify, especially the above the precipitation one. I think they got the temperature outlook pretty solid. I would say the Northeast is a very interesting one.
Yeah, I agree with that. They've had a lot of rain recently, so I'm not entirely sure how much precipitation they're going to get or they can really handle, to be honest with you. Places like Massachusetts, Connecticut, Vermont, up into Maine. Maine was reporting very high rainfall rates recently.
Yes. So now that we got done with this, let's go take a look at that drought monitor, shall we? Because there is a lot to talk about. Because we have some serious drought issues. If you guys haven't seen this yet, this is the drought monitor I usually show on my Facebook page, Storm Master Weather. And there's a lot of things I'm not liking here. First of all, notice how the red has increased from this week to last week. I'm also noticing the areas that wasn't under drought conditions. I'm doing my best.
You're doing great, Nate. You're doing great.
Thank you very much. The drier weather conditions are persisting in the Ohio Valley, in the Mid-South, and now the Southeast. And I'm very concerned about this area in particular. Right here in Oklahoma, into Kansas, into Nebraska. I am very concerned about that area right here. Getting also into Missouri, we could have some serious wildfire danger in the next couple weeks in these areas.
Are under a red flag warning, as is a lot of the Midwest. I made a post about it earlier on our page, Stormmaster Weather, about that red flag warning, basically what it means and the counties that are covered under this warning.
Yes. Looks like the drought conditions in the Northeast is actually improving. I'm noticing a lot better conditions. And with that nor'easter this weekend, we'll talk about that on the Storm Master Weather Report. We will be seeing rain that gets into New York, into Boston, into areas like that. I do think that's going to help the drought conditions. So that is all for the drought conditions. This is also into the west as well. So hopefully some of this snow helps this drought situation. Because if it doesn't, we could have some, like I said, serious wildfire problems. All righty. Let's go over to the radar side of things as the weather is beginning to get even more interesting. So the National Weather Service has decided to put up a winter storm watch for the following areas. Into interior Montana, most of Idaho, doesn't include the Boise area, includes Idaho Falls, includes through Salt Lake City, through into southern Utah. And this winter storm watch, let's double check how long this watch is in effect. This winter storm watch goes into effect. Basically, 6 to 12 inches is very possible with this winter storm. Greater than 12 inches is looking more likely. We got 6 people on here, guys, especially the upper Cottonwoods, Wasatch Back, the Wasatch Mountains, I-80 North, Wasatch Mountains, south of I-80, western Utina Mountains and Wasatch Plateau, and Book Cliffs. This is from Saturday evening through Sunday night. This is a winter storm watch. This is not a warning, but I do anticipate a warning. As we are going through up here in the north, though, I am seeing indications that we may be starting to snow at times tomorrow. By the way, just letting you guys know, on the YouTube, we're continuing to fine-tune the YouTube channel. If you want more content like this, hit that like button, ring that bell right next to my live, and hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. YouTube is a growing platform for us. Hopefully, we continue to bring better and better content for you in the coming months and years. Temperatures right now, Kate, in these areas is not winter weather temperatures. I'm seeing temperatures in the 60s, in the 50s. Now, once you are noticing this, and I'm going to get my pen out here. I'm going to kind of talk about this. We're going to go into our winter weather radar. The temperatures have not gotten to the point where we're talking snow yet. In the 50s now, if you're in Canada, you'll have to equate that to Celsius. However, you do see the higher impact snow problem going into tomorrow through the mountain areas, the mountainous terrain. So to the west of Calgary, but we go all the way down to the United States with this. This includes parts of Wyoming, parts of Idaho, and even into parts of Washington and Oregon, although we'll keep an eye on that. But let me draw a pin here what's happening. Give me one moment. Actually, I got a better idea. Give me one moment. Give me one moment over here. Let's go to the MSN Weather. There is a product on MSN Weather that I like using, and that is the Windfield product. That Windfield product is a great product to indicate the wind direction, and we will show you that. Give me 1 minute. Let me get that here. Get that out of there. We need to get, come on now. We're gonna move this on over here so I can mess with this. Let's get the 3D map up. I'm going to get the 3D map up, and let's get the, not temperature. We don't need temperature. We need the wind. I want the wind, and I'm going to show you guys why in a minute. Let's see here. Do we got the wind field on? Making sure I got all this going on here. Clouds? Maybe clouds. Well, that does show the front. So let's do the clouds. I want to do the clouds. I like that. I like that. So what is going on here is we have this cold front moving through, and that is indicated by the clouds. Behind these clouds, so we're getting winds coming more from south or southwest. As this front moves through, winds will then turn to the south, and as this turns to the south, the colder air will rush in, and that's what will set up our potential winter storm. That is what will set up our potential winter storm. In fact, let's take a look at one of the computer models. Give me one moment. One moment here. Winter weather radar. By the way, Florida weather, it's looking nice. Looking nicer. Just a little FYI. Let's take a look at the single site radar here. Give me one moment. All right, technical difficulties. This is one I will cover. Give me 1 minute. But basically what I'm about to show is the actual model runs. The actual model runs of what I am potentially seeing with this winter storm. Now, let me be perfectly clear. This will be a snow that will more than likely be an impactful snow. This will likely be an impactful snow for this area. Let me be very clear on that. Temperatures, we'll get to temperatures. We'll get to the temperatures. In fact, let's go with the NAM 3-kilometer model. I want to go with the NAM 3-kilometer model, and we'll also do precipitation type. And let me get this through here. Let's go to Friday at 10 p.m. Now, let's show this. This is kind of what to expect with this winter storm. So finally, let's get this on here. Showing the actual area. I got full screen now. So south of Calgary, this snow will be pumping in. This is Friday at 1 p.m. Friday at 1 p.m. Now, let's show what's going to happen after. And you see that pipeline of snow continues in southern Canada. And this is Alberta. This is Alberta. And then by nighttime, notice in the nighttime hours, watch what happens off to the west. And let's go back a minute. This is about noon. This is about 2 p.m. The snow's falling. 5, 6, and notice that the snow is spreading into the mountain west, and you'll see it continues to come in. 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. Now you do notice a bit of a mix, and I don't see as much snow for the northern area as I think more drier air will filter into probably northern Idaho, northwest Montana. And it'll show that indicatively. But then you get more snow. And the snow just continues. And it goes into Wyoming. Utah, you haven't seen nothing yet. You're going to. You're going to. Don't worry about that. You are going to see snow. That snow comes in. It comes in at a pretty heavy clip. Look at the color contours. Those are darker blues. And anytime you're seeing those darker blues, those are some heavier snowfall rates. Now we're pumping in snow into Utah. We're also in Oregon, still into Washington. This should be more wind-driven by Saturday afternoon. And the wind will be a little bit windy. We still have to fine-tune the wind situation. But this is Sunday, early morning, still snowing up in Montana, Idaho, and parts of Wyoming. Mainly, the heaviest snow now will be in central Utah. That does include potentially Salt Lake City. Does not include Denver yet. In fact, let's go with the GFS so we can go even farther forward with this. And we'll do the winter weather severity index as well. And then accumulations. So there's Saturday. It doesn't show the snow. See, GFS does not like showing snow. That's something that you will notice, is it doesn't like showing snow. But nonetheless, showing snow, the snow continues to come through till about Monday. Monday it starts shutting off, and then we have maybe a backside event where maybe some snow happens. We'll keep an eye on it, but other than that, it doesn't look too significant as of right now. All right, let's take a look at the total, the accumulation with the NAM 3 kilometer, because it's going to be a problem with the other model. To show the actual total accumulation, you'll see the nor'easter down there, but we're talking winter weather tonight. This is a winter weather live. That's precipitation type. We got that. Let's do the 10-to-1 ratio snowfall. The 10-to-1 ratio snowfall. And with the 10-to-1 ratio snowfall, here we go. This is Thursday. Alrighty, we are back. Sorry about that, guys. That was technical difficulties. We handled that like a champ, guys. That's just how it works around here. We are going to get finished up just how we started with this snowfall outlook. I just had a few more minutes remaining anyway, so just letting you guys know that. And hopefully, as we start talking about this winter storm, you guys understand what's happening. So let's go back to what we was showing before, and let's get the accumulation on here. And as you could tell, here's Friday. It starts popping up in southern Alberta, and southern British Columbia. But watch what happens from Friday on. The accumulation starts popping up more. And yes, it shows Sunday. Yeah, it's not showing correctly. It would be showing some accumulation. I expect accumulating snow. I'm going to correct this model here myself. I expect accumulation into Montana, into Idaho. I agree with the 6 to 12 inches. Might have to increase it in some of the mountainous terrain areas in the valleys, probably lower it a little bit. But other than that, not too bad. Now, as we talk about this winter storm as well, we're going to be talking about what the temperature profiles are going to be. And the temperatures are going to be more supportive of a winter event. Now, I will say, let's see how dry, because temperatures really can differentiate if we get dry snow or if we get wet snow. There's a difference. There is a big difference. And the weather program is screwing up. I will correct that for you. Man, we've had a lot of problems in this stream. We will be fixing that as we go along. I am still working on this. It's not something that is a non-professional. It is definitely a professional issue. I'm still handling it the best I can for you guys. But I got it up now. Let's show the temperatures. Let's show the temperatures throughout this event. So, as you will see temperatures that will be non-conducive of snow. Now, watch off to the north here. Watch what happens off to the north. You will notice a couple of things. First of all, the clouds increase. It won't show that on here because we're talking temperatures. And then also the temperatures will drop. And you'll see that. So watch these temperatures. See how they warm up real warm in the 60s and 70s. Watch what happens we get into Friday. And that colder air just filtrates in. That front comes down into Idaho, into Montana. Warmer into eastern Montana, colder in western Montana. And this will persist as we go into Saturday. Saturday, a lot of blue on the map, a lot of conducive conditions for potential snowfall. For example, I'm seeing 30s and upper 20s. That is wet snow. That is wet snow you will see. And we will continue to show that through this event. Now, as we get finished with this event, as we get finished with this weather event, notice how the temperatures tank Sunday morning into the 20s and potentially teens. That might be accompanied with a wind. We will fine-tune that here at Storm Master Weather. But that is going to be about all for us. It is 37 minutes. We'll wait till it gets to 38 minutes. I'd like to thank all of y'all for watching. I'd like to thank you for the support. Without you guys, I am not doing what I am doing. It's just that simple. I am not doing what I'm not doing, basically not doing what I would want to be doing without you guys. So thank you guys so much. Another thing is we're going to stay on top of this. For all things weather, we take care of the winter weather, the tropics, and the severe weather. We have 3 systems we're going to track this weekend. Go hit me up on Facebook, Storm Master Weather page. We may even do a few updates on YouTube. We'll see how that goes. We're slowly migrating into YouTube. and we're working on this. This has been Stormmaster Weather, and that's the bottom line because the Stormmaster said so, taking the world by storm.